What's up, what's happening, y'all? Thrax and Jackson here with episode 1 of Blackboard, and this is 5 things food companies won't get away with in 2020. But first, throw my beat on Twine. Let's get it. Okay, we're about to jump into part 1 of a series on how to properly read food labels. But first, we gotta talk about the new label and what's changing, and the changes coming to packaged foods overall. Let's get into it. Packaged foods. We've all enjoyed them in some form. They come in handy when you forgot your lunch and you need to hit the vending machine, or if you can't cook anything without the fire department showing up, I'm sure you can't live without them. But they can be dangerous if you don't pay attention to what's in them. The phrase "you are what you eat" should be taken very literally, because what you put in your body can really become a part of you. So any product sold in the United States, whether it's made domestically or overseas, must be tested and have some kind of nutrition information on it that we've all ignored before. But it's changing, okay? So why are we getting a new label anyway? Well, this should make a lot of sense. The first label came out in 1990, and since then, our eating habits have changed. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, likes to ensure the foods we eat are GRAS, which means generally recognized as safe. And it's not easy because we're all different. So they came up with a standard table that fits a 2,000 calorie per day diet. But who really needs 2,000 calories? Okay, turns out it's a very small percentage of people. It's only boys between 13 and 14 and women that are pretty much in their early 20s. So if you've never adjusted these numbers to match your age or sex or lifestyle, you've been reading the label wrong your whole life. For example, if you're active and you go to the gym or play a sport, you've got to add even more to your daily intake to get the numbers right. But stick around, help is coming later in the series. Alright, so the new label doesn't look too much different from the old one. Notice there's a few cosmetic changes, like a larger font, bold text, anywhere they wanted to emphasize a certain field. So calories are now the largest because that's the most important section. If you're monitoring your weight carefully, the amount of calories is as important as what you're actually putting in your body. You don't want to go crazy with healthy foods because from a caloric standpoint, they can be worse than junk foods. Down at the bottom, we see exact amounts of micronutrients because, like I said, if you don't have a 2,000 calorie diet, percentages are meaningless. Vitamin A and vitamin C have been removed and replaced by vitamin D and potassium. Again, our diets have changed since the table was originally introduced. So you think the government has everything under control, right? Even though it's taken them almost 30 years to tweak the old label. But it's really not them, it's companies on the corporate end that have been dishonestly trying to finesse the system for years. So right up top, the first change that's coming is realistic serving sizes. The goal was to make serving sizes match what the average person consumes in one sitting, not what they should consume. Like, I don't know about you, but if I crack open a 20 ounce, I'm not about to pour out 12 ounces and put the rest away for later. I'm drinking the whole 20. Ice cream is another example. Now the nutrition for your Halo Top or Ben & Jerry's will be in 3 servings instead of 4, but that doesn't matter if you finish the whole pint anyway. Your favorite sandwich cookie is only 2 or 3 cookies per serving. That's a huge disappointment if you eat the whole roll like I do. Change number 2 is polyhydrogenated oils and trans fats will no longer be used as ingredients in our foods. If you don't know, these are the worst type of fats, but I'll go into more detail about those on the next video. But in foods that naturally contain dangerous fats like your Dollar Double Stack or your Royale with cheese, you still gotta look out for them. They're in there. Companies just won't be able to add them to your food anymore. Change number 3, we still love our sugar, so no crackdown on sugars yet, but any added sugars must be clearly indicated on the label. So you can see this product has 12 grams of sugar. 10 of those are added sugars and probably weren't needed. I'd rather have a food with low sugar and add sugar as I need it instead of it already being loaded in there. And these are carbohydrates that are in the simplest form, so they're gonna flood your bloodstream and spike your insulin quickly. Change number 4 pertains to restaurants. Now you've probably seen this change already. Large franchises have already been in compliance. So if you're a chain of more than 20 restaurants, you will have to include the caloric content of each item. But be careful, okay? Look at the range on that bowl, for example. Anywhere between 400 and 900 calories. If you're watching your weight, pay attention to how many added ingredients you're putting in your meal. Okay, really quickly, the last change, number 5, will address vending machine items. The labels on these items will now be on the front of the package instead of the back, so you might think twice before picking that 400 calorie Pop-Tart when the 150 calorie granola bar is right next to it. A change we might see in the future, but it's only a recommendation at this point, is lower sodium. Americans are still eating more of it, and some say it's because we're growing tolerant to already high levels of sodium in our packaged foods, and especially fast foods, which is not a good thing. But it's good to see it's being addressed in some capacity right now. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching Blackboard. Please make sure you click like, crush the subscribe button for more excellent content. If you have any suggestions for future videos, drop a comment below, or you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Links are in the description box. This is your host, Braxton Jackson, signing off for now. Get up with y'all next time. Peace.